asking the crowd to get into it. Out right now with 5 fouls, offense, defense. 82 all. Here's Thomas. Thomas lobbing it in. Bonner on the block. Knocked away. Loose ball. Back to Thomas. Bounces to Bonner. Lays it in. Connects.
John Berkeley, our statistician. Ashley's talking smack to him. Bonner and Thomas combined for 33 on opening night, and the duo has just 6. There's DB. Answers.
With Banham up on her. Makes her move. Finds Carlton, and it's swiped by Bonner. Dewanna Bonner picked out that pass.
See Clark, who has 8 of them, getting ready to check back in. Thomas lobs it up. Bonner gets fouled.
The entire Connecticut defense, but also she's not always the primary ball handler getting the ball up the floor.
Bonner, another jumper. And this league's history helped guide Connecticut to the semifinals where they've been each of the last 5 years. And Bonner sending Carrington to the corner. Bonner dips in and fakes it home. Here's Thomas, a lot of space, finding Bonner now in 5th place. In this opening half, 4 turnovers for Clark. Here's Bonner, another step back jumper. That one rolls in. Dewanna Bonner.
Music aficionados, let us know
Now
what would be with the music equivalent.
Here's Bonner's jumper. She got it.
On timeout. Alyssa Thomas drives strong, feeds. Layup missed by Jones. Bonner back up strong.
Averaged over 20 points a game in the 2 preseason games.
Bonner makes it in. Was
Local wing player at Hines Allen. Shot clock to 5. Bonner circling, leaning. That's the DB move. Got the friendly bounce.
Tate from underneath the bench and go back into the tunnel. So initially it looks like they'll try to reach.
Brianna Jones to Connecticut's bench. Thomas hits Bonner in stride.
Are not falling for Washington in the second half.
Nice pass, backdoor. Thomas to Bonner.
Play backdoor.
13-3 run, turnover. Carrington lobs ahead. Bonner. Still looking for her first of the year. Now 0 for 5. Like a free safety, picks it off. Bonner puts the head down. Drives. Dewanna Bonner to the basket.
Value.
Biggest lead on either side in this ball game. 7 for the Mystics. Dewanna Bonner with the hezzy.
Thomas floats it in beautifully to Bonner for the finish.
And Sykes throws it away. Bonner foot race, tracks it down. Easy 2 for the Sun.
Easy 3. Thomas flings it down the floor beautifully to Bonner. 2 to shoot. Bonner lets it fly and hits. And their arms got locked up for a moment as Bonner beats the...
It just has to be more of her natural shot rather than hit and then the shot. Bonner, guarded by McBride. Bonner from that same...
Angel Reese will learn as she gets more time in this league. She's not going to be able to finish over the top of those shot blockers like that.
Bonner with some deception pointing toward...
Missed shot. Thomas directing traffic at the top of the key. Banham on the wing. Bonner with Zandalicini guarding her. Oh.
Caution and Shug Sutton also out. Fast break. Thomas to...
Shot making has been incredible all night. Bonner, 2 to shoot. Bonner from 3. Oh! Dewanna Bonner.
Tiffany Mitchell there. Mariah Jefferson, who has yet to play in the game. Bonner. Oh, Jones got free. Good job by Collier to close defensively.
Bonner with 14 in the game. Bonner on the drive. Count it and a foul. Weighs the Sun. Bonner, same spot. She hit that 3 at the end of the 3rd. She goes right back. Thomas can reset and survey the scene. Still 15. Bonner walks right into a 3. And got the shooter's roll.
Mack a little undersized on Jones. Bonner knocks it down.
Connecticut scored some off of those turnovers.
And Dewanna Bonner slinged out. Bonner 3.
To take advantage of the other team's mistakes, and they're a veteran team that's really been able to capitalize off of people's mistakes.
Bonner, the step through. And Connecticut.
has a soft shot that hits the rim.
This green team down low.
Point, number 2 in the league in assists per game. Just about 8 per contest, has 6. Bonner pulls up and connects.
They have an opportunity to get really good right now and really try to win it all this year.
Bonner with the tough finish.
Down low.
It definitely has worked as Dewanna Bonner from
Every night.
Washington has been in almost every single game they've played in. Tell you what, this is one of those dangerous teams where you don't want to take them lightly.
Separated, but a 5-point swing. LA within 8.
Layups going in on balance, not expecting to get hit.
Thomas at the point of attack. Alley-oop.
Jones. Dewanna Bonner steps back, high arching.
Tina Charles, a little miscommunication as she tried to hit the cutter, but trying to stay aggressive to get it inside.
Dewanna Bonner with the connection from her first piece of action. Tipped in by Dewanna Bonner.
All of basketball at any level, that 3-point line. Bonner
Leaves Tiffany Mitchell open on the outside.
Miscommunication and a deflection by Washington. Edwards down the runway, lost it. Banham throws to Bonner, transition 3, buckets!
You have to have depth if you want to win a championship. Great movie without the ball.
In the lane. Bonner left open for 3. Great poetry. Bonner a 3. Answers.
Bonner touches the paint, lays it up. Got her own rebound and puts it back.
Beautifully.
A lot of contact on that screen. Thomas hit the deck. A win
Zone if Connecticut can't shoot the 3.
And
Bonner steps into a 3. Yes!
5 of the shot clock for Connecticut. Got to get to work here. Beebish defending. Boy, Bonner with a great take with the left. Bonner tees up the 3. Got it.
Action. Melissa Thomas is so effective on the backside. Indiana's getting caught ball watching. That cannot happen.
Harrington gives it up. Bonner at the horn. Gets it to go.
Pound was coming off of. She angled herself perfectly to get that offensive put back.
Ty Harris in at point for Connecticut. Jones, the bounce feed to Bonner.
22, 23 threes. Now they're shooting 31 again. Bonner with the reverse.
It's wild.
Brianna Jones would say the same. Dewanna Bonner missed it. Put back with 4.
And when she gets deep paint position.
Catch and fire. Bonner sinks a 3 on May 14th. Bonner's 2 for 2 from 3. Make it 3 of 3.
They have to find a way to continue getting that inside-outside game going and establishing a paint presence early.
Dewanna Bonner uses the head fake in year 15 to 36.
Bonner coming over with the handoff. Goes right past Cardoso, who recovers nicely, but Bonner's got the soft touch.
I tell you,
Combined a 6 for 6 from the free throw line tonight. And Bonner, now she tore her Achilles the last time the Olympics went around. So Bonner gets the lay-in. You just never know.
They got to pick up in transition.
Oh, yeah. I mean, talk about Alyssa Thomas. She is one of the best point forwards that you're going to find in the game. And then good hustle there from Enrique getting back. And then DB. Man, those long arms, they just roll.
Certainly has been, Emily, and Carrington with 8 points as Bonner. Oh.
Banham transition 3. Bonner skies in for the rebound. Wants to go to work on her own. Bonner muscles it up and LA points.
Look how far away Los Angeles is from the basket. They haven't been able to get inside.
Ball don't lie. Bonner it up.
Mismatch down low between Clarendon and Thomas, but never mind. Dewanna Bonner's just like,
Right place in the perfect pocket, like that. Bonner everything but the finish. Offensive board.
Win, and at the end of the game, if it's close, you don't want to have to be there. Harrington goes to Bonner, 8 on the shot clock. Bonner attacking baseline,
A little double pump. Got
Bonner's length has been really disruptive against Jackson. Jackson's used to having that length and able to step back to create her space, but Bonner's so long, it's hard to get a good shot off.
Well, Kurt Miller discussed this rookie class has to go through it. Jackson and Brink in particular with the posts in this league.
Confidence, knowing that she can get the ball in the rim, and just another scoring threat from the perimeter for Kurt Miller.
Connecticut by 2. Thomas bulldozing in the paint. Touch for Bonner. Jackson digs up in. Bonner. Yes.
Harrington's been so aggressive. Wow. Scoops that one up. Bonner with cleanup. Stokes. I think they are for real because of their defense. Plum can't get it. And the rebound down to Harris. AT is the topside D. Hayes trying to get it. They get it out to Bonner, and there you go. That's the kind of double team, Asia Wilson. She's got to be a factor. 1v1. Asia Wilson wins that one. Becky Hammond's a master at moving Asia Wilson around in different spots, so the defense cannot predetermine where the double team's going to come. Carrington just hit the last bucket. She has 8 points. They're looking to her a bit more to start this second half. Jackie Young trying to stick with Bonner. And gets her from behind, and she
Boyd. Excellent defense by Burton, getting some run with Ty Harris on Connecticut's bench. She has 3 personal fouls. Midway point of this third quarter. Sun have won 6 straight in the series. Nice crossover by Bonner. Was precise by Horston, but Russell was not ready for it. Alyssa Thomas up top. Seattle was on a rampage in the third. Really most of the second. They had 26 points, but now they've cooled off.
Yep.
Bonner, jab step, crosses over, step back 3. Dewanna Bonner. McGulick's turnaround, no. Mac McGlure, second chance. Horston. Storm have had quality looks from 3. They're now 1 for 12. Veronica Burton playing some point. Dewanna Bonner hunts her shot.
There you go. Doing that. So, you know, whether she passes, whether she doesn't, you always got to keep an eye on her because she will find them.
Mishap on the inbounds by the Storm. Dewanna Bonner may have gotten away with a travel. Still trying to find her groove in this game. Bonner to the basket. Her first point.
Free throws. Yeah, 82% on the season, but maybe she's just trying to shake off the rust from that hard hit to the face.
Bonner inside. Melvin attacking. Burton is able to get a piece of that one. Saves it to the hands of Mitchell up the floor. Bonner threading the needle was Mitchell as Bonner threads that in footwork.
Got that triple to drop.
Tied at 60. Under a minute to go here in the third. Bonner. Carrington with it. 8 on the shot clock. Working off that screen from AT. Bonner, the logo 3 at the shot clock.
You love the execution there. Even though that shot bounced off the back of the rim, that's the shot you want.
Bonner, and she gets that to as good of a job as you can do giving up that much size. And Atkins gave that away to Mitchell on the low cross. On the bounce goes to Bonner, and that's going to lead to an Eric T.
Herself in a conundrum with the 6'4" Bonner, who's now off to the races.
As Bonner now up
to go. Washington 7 of 10 from 3 right now.
And you see the numbers, assists, over 25 a game in the last 3. They've already got 10 tonight. And we still have 8:24 to go here in this first half. Meg McDonald, Christy Winter-Scott, Megan McPeak with you here from Southeast DC. Bonner out of the timeout, rattles that one in. That's 5.
Sun have the starting 5 on the floor. Inbound to Bonner, lays it in. And the foul. Timeouts remaining. Atlanta with 3. No challenge for the Dream.
Third best paint team in the WNBA in Connecticut, just under 40 a game. As Bonner is touched up there by Richards.
Denying Tina, and she took it upon herself to drive it in.
Dream by 5. 50 seconds. Sun have lost just 1 game at home this year. 8-1 in this building. Bonner guarded by Charles. 2 all-time leading scorers. 6 to shoot. Bonner crosses over. Step through move.
Oh, they called a foul.
This year with more post presence, they have changed the way they've played.
And it's incredible what Stephanie White has been able to do, right? Being limited with her players, having to change the style of play, and their
Now playing off ball. Filled those point guard duties in Canada's absence. A right hand injury, missed the first 14. Green turned it over. Bonner fights around a pick, pull-up jumper.
really liked for her to just pull up at the free throw line and shoot it. Like, she had an open shot, the defense was in the drop coverage, in the paint. That's a really great time to just pull up right there. You got a great screen from 18.
Shot clock, game clock, identical. Dream by three. Bonner slithers and draws a foul. To back, so while we bring up 8 of 20 in the paint, they're generating a lot of looks inside.
Absolutely. They're getting what they want to get offensively. It's just a matter of converting. Bonner has had some really great looks in the paint. She needs to slow down and convert those. She's looking for the foul call, and it's been a very physical game where she hasn't got it. And
there's a finish in the paint. Nice.
You like yours, Ice? I like mine nitroed.
Sun, middle of the pack in offense this year. #1 defense. Bonner spots it for three.
Well, in July 10th, 2024, terms do apply. Connecticut with the basketball out of the timeout. 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter of play.
I would think Connecticut would want to get Bonner off.
They heard you. Bonner about?
Clark's not too bad.
Well, I mean,
Caitlin Clark passes, she's #4 in assists.
Yeah, but she turns the ball over a lot too.
Well, she's a rookie.
Yeah.
And you're going to have that happen a lot of times when you're in transition. Your teammates don't catch the ball.
True. Bonner. So you're saying they're excellent two-way players.
Yeah, and sometimes I don't think Natasha Cloud gets those steals because she'll knock it away and somebody else picks it up.
Dewanna Bonner at...
What would be your suggestion to Brianna Jones to carve out some more space to create position?
I think she got great positioning there.
No, 80% from 3 tonight, 4 out of 5, and she's 0 of 2 at the line.
Free throws are mental.
Pardon me, apparent that with Collier out of the game, it changes the dynamic here for Minnesota offensively.
1,000%. I mean, the offense is ran. The thing about this Minnesota team, you can't just depend on one person. You can't lock in on one person because they can all score.
Minnesota's first lead of the night was short-lived. They give it right back to the Sun. Second place Connecticut, third place Minnesota in the W. Bonner injured. Went down the tunnel with about 2.5 minutes left in the third quarter. We will try to keep you posted on her status for the remainder of this game.
Especially since they don't have Nafisa Collier, and you see they're over-helping a little bit more. They've already had about 3 defenders on Alyssa Thomas.
Bonner! Minnesota has its biggest lead, 7.
Alana Smith, you see her pop off of those screens a lot of the times. That's where her threes are coming from. You got to communicate on that.
Thomas hits Bonner.
IQ type of player, makes great reads.
She was on ice skates there. Turned over by Minnesota. Thomas has trailers. Bonner, yes.
Out-rebounded Connecticut. They forced 18 turnovers. Huge things that really irritate coaches. Atlanta was able to exploit with Connecticut. So they've definitely cleaned up the turnovers and the rebounding in this game.
Bonner makes her career 7th gold medal as the head coach. Cheryl Reeve has done a terrific job with Team USA.
Terrific to get early offense, but they do a great job of reading all their actions. They're a tough team to guard.
#1 in defensive rating to Idona's point. 2nd in scoring defense, only behind the Sun. Backdoor, successful. Wipe the foul out for Nafisa Collier. And the shot clock winding down, Burton will not go to the line. Shot clock resets for the Sun with a 2-point edge. Burton in the starting lineup tonight in place of Ty Harris, who was out tonight due to an illness. The first change to Connecticut starting 5 all season. Bonner from inside the arc knocks it to top 10 all time and 3-pointers made. Caldwell can't answer. Thought she was going to pull up on the break. Gets Thomas involved. Burton almost tripped up. Kick it out. #6. Booked it. Her hand last August, and again, she's such a connector defensively for the Dream. Under a minute here in the first. Bonner has already made a three today. Book another one.
I mean, Coffey had closed out a little bit short. Tiffany Mitchell had that advantage driving in to get a better look at the rim.
Bonner again? Triple. Going to work again. Not that time. Thomas head of the snake. Bonner a three. Her fourth today. Nice entry by Vandersloot. New York back up 2 as we go under 4 minutes. We are in clutch time now. New York has been the steady team leading that. Bonner drills a three. Couple of weeks, but uncharacteristically turning the basketball over. Bonner, not that time. Jones wrestles away another offensive rebound, the 7th for the Sun. Here's Carrington at the controls. Zips it to Thomas. Bonner has another crack at a three. Drills it.
Line of players in this game, by the way.
Sure do.
Tiffany Mitchell, Alicia Gray, Destiny Henderson in the game.
Dewanna Bonner.
Create those lanes to the rim.
1 second to shoot. Bonner off the heel. Another offensive rebound for Connecticut. Reset by Carrington, looking to dump it. 6 seconds on the timer. Bonner drives, and she is fouled. Stewart. Oh, Jones comes over with the double. Bonner head fake, leans in, drew the foul. Third personal on Jonquil. Thomas involved. Picked up some early fouls. She still has 3. As Veronica Burton checks in for Ty Harris. Bonner from the elbow. Burton. +5 in the game. You told me this earlier, and that remains true. She's the only player with a positive plus-minus. Bonner connects along 2.
Won't be in the most improved category, just given that, you know, she's a #1 overall pick and it's Sabrina. But you've got to credit the way that she's improved her game from, you know, last year to this season.
You two have built a great duck. Thomas takes it to her. Burton a 3. Long rebound. Sun can regroup. Bonner with the hezzy drive, scoops with the right.
Game now with the Connecticut Sun, and remember back in May, unfortunately for the Mercury, they scored 47 points against this Connecticut team.
Yeah, season low 47, and now it's a 20-0 run. Make it 22-0.
Ionescu has 12 points, 3 boards, 3 assists. Bonner rattles out, missed off the rim, and she's fouled. It's been to turn. Every starter has now scored for New York.
Transition threes are one of the hardest shots to guard in basketball because the defense hasn't gotten set. Connecticut has to pick up early and often.
There's an answer. Made that a living. Baseline fadeaway.
And also, Stewart can change the angle of how she releases the ball to make sure it goes in. That had a high arc, but woo, nothing but net.
Stewart shooting it this year at 46%. Struggling lately from 3. 0 for her last 10. So we'll see if she gets it going today as Bonner leans. Almost got the friendly bounce. Heading to the line and making free throws. A 2-0 lead for New York, who has won 5 in a row in the head-to-head series in the regular season. Connecticut's last win, 2022. Bonner picks up where she left off the other day.
Incredible.
It's just heart and effort.
8 boards now for Carrington. 5 of them are offensive. Connecticut has 12. Good look. Thomas to Bonner for 2.
It's something we've been fortunate covering this team all year. We haven't had to talk about players missing games. They've had continuity in that starting 5.
Yeah, that's something that I know this Connecticut team loves, because over the
Copper with 8 30-point games this season, most in the W. She had just 1 in her career prior to this year as Bonner instead couldn't finish. Ty Harris in the paint, floats it off. Bonner the offensive rebound, lays it in.
Really nice job, Mac, using her left hand to hold off the defense, the right to corral the board.
Bonner, a little mid-range, is feathery.
Kiki Herbert-Harrigan has actually been shooting the 3 ball off the bench well for Phoenix in the last few games.
How about Bonner going away in the starting lineup? A ton as Copper has 10 already in this first. 5 of 7 from the floor.
Poor Celeste Taylor inside. She got switched on to Alyssa Thomas. She was fighting for her life in there.
Bonner. Cloud missed that game against Indiana, but back in there. A 5-4 Connecticut lead. A little more than 2 minutes into this first. Bonner wanted a whistle. Looked like she might.
42 in the game. And again, the Wings have to go to New York. That'll be on Tuesday, followed by a Thursday game against the Liberty.
This is what you get when you have Carrington, Mabry, and Thomas in at the game at the end of the game as DB gets a steal.
This intensity, I watched her play when she played at my alma mater, the University of Texas, and followed her career when she left Texas by virtue of the transfer portal. Now following her career in the W.
Played last night in Chicago.
23-19 Sparks. Burton was cut by the Dallas Wings after training camp, signed with the Sun the first week of June. Bonner was to draw the foul. Day against the Chicago Sky past Michael Cooper. She will be coaching the Australian national team in Paris at the Olympics.
Yeah.
I mean, no Brianna Stewart. She must be pleased. And no Benijah Laney Hamilton, of course. But without 2 starters, New York still looks like a well-oiled machine.
But they can't just rely on the three-point ball. They've got to be able to get downhill and attack.
Oh, without question. And they utilized the paint in that win last Wednesday against the Sun. Their Liberty racked up 40 points in the paint. Thomas with the skip pass to Carrington. Into Bonner on the post. Turnaround jet. Final minute of the third. Shot clock to 5. Jackson over her favorite player, Dewanna Bonner. It rattles in and out. Thomas back to Bonner, the partner.
Bonner will trigger it in. Not a good third quarter for the Dallas Wings. And you hit it defensively.
It's all defense for them. Intensity, stopping, help.
But defensively, keep them in front of you. They're doing a great job of trying to keep them off the boards and as well as trying to keep them out from making plays underneath. So she wants them to just keep pushing them out and forcing them to shoot outside.
Bonner with the back.
That for some traction. They've had some empty possessions, and that can kind of take the life out of your energy on the defensive end. Get some shots down, and now you can dial it up a little stronger on the defensive side.
The attention that she's received, but it's been deserved. Like things that she's been able to do just in her second year with Atlanta, now a 2-time All-Star. It's been fun to watch the world get to see her now and her country accent on display.
And it was so poetic, Angel, because the first half of the season, just those few games before All-Star, she was struggling with her three-point shot. So how ironic that she...
Last Saturday, they had practice on Monday, didn't have the legs Monday and Tuesday, got them on Wednesday. Veronica Burton's checked into the lineup. The lead is 17, biggest of the ball game. Dallas has
uncontested.
Here is Natasha Howard. Missed games because of that broken foot. Howard goes down hard. In fact, she broke her foot in the first quarter of the second game and played the rest of the game. Unbelievable. Here's Harris. Fans want a foul. Bonner launches over. Sabali got the thin, buries the 3. Her second of the ball game. She's got a half a dozen. That's what she does. You and I saw J.C. Sheldon become more and more confident in her game. There were games this year she's come off the bench and really were spark plug for this team.
Yeah, when J.C. Sheldon plays the way she played at the Ohio State, she's tough to beat.
And where? Uzun's got it. Uzun to Sabali to the hole. Misses the layup.
A little bit tired. You could see her upset with herself, but just a little bit gassed threw that shot off.
Weren't sure how many minutes she was going to play. Bonner gets a step on Sabali, leans inside. Foul's going to be called.
Usually when somebody sneaks in behind and gets an easy layup, so you got to make sure you are paying attention.
Bonner, that is the Dewanna Bonner. I said, you can sit there and watch her sometime and are amazed. She goes all the time. Mabry runs out, gets a beat on the crowd over to Harris. They'll hold it up. Suarez moves out to her. Here is Bonner, mismatch with Enrique. Now they switch. Bonner takes it in. No. Whistle.
5 on the floor for Dallas right now. Look at that front line out there with Sabali, McCowan, and Howard.
And again, over 70 games lost to injury for the Dallas Wings. Satu puts up a hand. Bonner to make. This year was cutting Veronica Burton. Those of us that knew her knew she was going to end up somewhere and be successful, and she has.
Good fit. It's a good fit for Connecticut.
Bonner, the 3 rattle.
Possessions in a row. You'd almost, can we work for something good here? Can you try to show some discipline and poise?
Here's Bonner the other way. Got the lay in. The lead.
Thomas and Alyssa Smith comes up with the opening steal. Gives it right back. So a pair of turnovers here to start this one.
Well, turnovers is the last thing that Christy Side said to her team in shoot-around today, is taking care of the basketball, not allowing Connecticut to get extra possessions in transition.
We're just a few minutes into this third quarter, and the next foul by Atlanta will put them at the free. Will put Connecticut at the free.
Off to the corner, it's Carter. Loses the handle of it. Alyssa Thomas ahead to Dewanna Bonner. Bonner strong, contact and the foul.
How she got it to fall, but another 2 for Jordan.
Angel, we talked about it before the game, her being 0 for 7 in her first 2 shots last game as Bonner puts up a deep 3. Wow.
So looking for some revenge in that game. Caitlin Clark coming back in her first game and getting 29 points as Dewanna Bonner.
If they foul, free throws for the Sun. Into Thomas with 10. Bonner cuts away from the ball. Lays it home.
Whatever it takes for the team. Of course, she's back in the starting lineup because they need her talent.
Right.
She's too good to be coming off the bench.
Leading the team in scoring, and right on cue, Bonner to the rim.
You can see him there on the top of your screen to the right. He is engaged. He says he's lost a little bit of his fieriness since his early days of his career, but he connects more with these younger players. Bonner, by injury, they are without 4 key rotation players. They've added 2 players by a 7-day contract. The Sun get the stop on defense. Veronica Burton, this game means a lot to her. She's from Newton, Massachusetts. Played her high school basketball at Newton South.
Manic on this possession for Connecticut.
Well, Connecticut is probably going to look to get DB involved, but you have to have another shooter.
Tipped away momentarily. Bonner, and she will go.
Seattle is still in contention for that. Connecticut needs 2 more wins. Into Jones, outlet Bonner, 3. Yes.
That was a great play.
York next. They face the Liberty Thursday. For Connecticut, you can somehow pull this one out, and then you host the reigning champions on Friday, the Las Vegas Aces, which should be an incredible atmosphere. You win these next 2, you clinch home court the first round.
Right. Both of these teams are looking to win, and I think for Connecticut too, you want to get these 2 wins before you go on the road on the West Coast. They have a nice
World back to Jones, rimming out on a tray. Rebound, Stewie, can't connect. Rebound, Connecticut. Quickly up ahead, and Dewanna Bonner all alone.
Down to 5 on the shot clock for Bonner. Step back jumper. Thomas guys in for the offensive rebound. Bonner. Opportunity that heads to the free throw line.
She's hooping.
Carter, the nice give and go down low to Reese, forcing it up into the hands of Brianna Jones.
And that's where you see where there can be some improvement for Angel Reese. It's just really sometimes finishing around the basket.
Bonner goes right at Kennedy.
They trailed by 13 moments ago. It's an 8-point advantage for the Sun with 4:41 to go in regulation. Bonner, free throw line jumper is pure.
Fired it, rebounded by Mabry. Bonner. And one. She'll have another chance to complete. Here's Mabry, 17 points in her first home game for Connecticut. High-low, Thomas finding Bonner.
Drives to the rim, the left delay won't go. And Jones has her 4th rebound of the ball game. Her pass ahead stolen by Dewanna Bonner and the 15-year pro.
So it's Nalissa Smith, Brianna Jones. Smith taps it. Carrington stole it. We talked about it on Monday. The Fever have struggled on these jump ball situations here this year. And Bonner hangs and finishes. It turns.
He comes up with it. Little pass fake. Had to put that up. As Burton comes up with a loose ball off the miss. Bonner running the floor. And unfortunately,
a dangerous time.
So the Fever go through Boston, one of their pillars. And Boston gives it away. Carrington with the steal. Carrington the hesitation. The step through. The find to Bonner. And now Connecticut is in.
Saturday. One blitz of Caitlin Clark on an ATO by Cheryl Reeves' team. I didn't see any blitzes on Monday night against Atlanta. Most teams aren't bringing 2 to the ball to her anymore because she's gotten decision-making of Clark. How about Aaliyah Boston?
She's already, Boston got 4 assists here in less than 8 minutes. Boston averages 3 a game, and that is a strong number.
You know, we've got to be able to pass behind something like that. We've got to get a roller or get a pass to the top. But no one moved immediately on that one. Bonner forever, and Emily Angsler, she knew that she belonged in this league.
she's got that mind over matter tattoo on her left quad as well, too. As Bonner, Edwards attacking. Trying to kick it, but Bonner took it away.
He was trying to get it back out to Dolson. Got stuck underneath the rim.
Bonner comes back for the lay-in.
Lloyd floats one in. First bucket for Lloyd in quarter number 2. This has been a fun matchup to watch. Carrington and Lloyd. Bonner, jab step on the push pass. Foul.
Going down the stretch. Connecticut wants to have a good possession here.
Bonner takes it strong, up fake.
The rebounds against Seattle, she had 10 of those, right? And then against LA, she had 8 assists. So she is finding different ways to impact the game, and you love to see that kind of commitment to excellence.
Bonner. Best three-point shooting season of her career. 44%.
She's shooting the ball lights out.
But that goes back to what Noelle Quinn told us with the spacing, and when you play with other great players, not to say she didn't play with great players in Los Angeles, very much so early in her career, but
make it difficult for her to make a good pass. But you don't want her to make an easy pass, and obviously Sam is lacking in the height department, and so she has to be physical and aggressive.
Jackie Young at the controls, draws 2, hesitated on the pass. Bonner shoots out of a cannon, lays it home.
To the corner, Angsler. That one's off the mark. Mabry with the rebound.
Emily Angsler, she has been 5 of 7 in the last couple of games for the Mystics.
I'm trying to prove myself to you. I know my music. 4 on the timer for Nneka. Thomas shields her. Lloyd almost tipped that home. Sun have numbers if they push. Lloyd a bit nicked up after the play.
You are surprising me right now, especially with shoulder lean. To start the game, getting Nneka involved early with a nice shot mid-range.
Madam President has served as the WNBA Players Association Pres since 2016. Nneka Agumake still playing at a high level, 17-9. Shot clock dwindles to 6. Here's Dewanna Bonner from the nail. Yes.
They want to win this game, and they're going to continue to try to make plays. And right now, Connecticut needs to get something going continuously to...
Bonner switches back to the right.
Pop it and crack it at any particular moment, so she only needs to see one go in.
Storm by 3. Harris leads the Sun tonight with Alyssa Thomas, 4 assists, catching fire. Bonner got it.
She has just continued to make history this year. I can't wait to see her reach 1,000, another historical moment.
No doubt.
Wins word, they want to be sharper.
Yeah, she's a little frustrated with herself on that last possession, but she's going to try to make a play and get it back.
Harris, cross court. Bonner drills it.
Yeah, Gabby being aggressive, getting to the rim, and that's where you want to see her doing her best, is just really, they do a really good job at
Clark. Noelle Quinn said, when we get out and run, we can be tough to stop, similar to Connecticut, but another Seattle turnover. They only committed 12 in Sunday's game. The Storm have 3 in the first quarter. Bonner, catch, finish.
I am proud of her. That's my girl.
Kick it, Bonner. No. A little closer. Yes. And can't say I blame you.
Sunball.
What a play by Carrington to give the Suns some life. Her second block in this game to go along with the steal. 8.6 rebounds. Bonner attacks and finishes over the... Built a 12-point lead in the first tonight, down to 5. Joyner Holmes for 3. Storm now 1 for 7 from distance and 35% overall from the floor.
And that's been the biggest Achilles heel for the Storm this year, has just been the outside shooting and knocking down shots.
Smith off the dribble. Outlet. Necka. Jones was wrapped up with Magbagor, got the box out. Halfway through the first, Sun by 9. Carrington fumbles it with the bit. Gabby Williams looks to stay in front of Bonner. Contested Jay. She got fouled. Ends of the floor. She is the 5 on the floor with Clark, Plum, Gray, and Colson.
And Asia just keeps on delivering. You know, she could really be a person that could get...
Bonner from the elbow.
Don't call it a comeback. Chelsea Gray's filling it from deep.
Aces on a 12-2 run here in the first 4 minutes of the third.
And Connecticut's very stagnant on offense.
Kick it. Bonner.
Eat it.
Book it.
Stephanie White in her second year at the helm of the Sun. 28 wins, 4th straight year for this franchise. They've won at least 25. Here is Bonner again.
I don't know if they've done that great right now, because Kelsey Plum is just really being aggressive and attacking. And I think one thing that makes Kelsey really great is when she drives and penetrates and gets into the lane. Shouldn't get behind the defense.
Poked away and stolen by Mabry. 2-on-1. Bonner does the rest.
Playing like they want a playoff spot.
I'll tell you, that Atlanta team, a lot of folks thought going into the year when they put that new personnel together, they could be dangerous. But with injuries all season, to Howard, to Canada, they have had a cleanly road bounce. So the Sun get points out of that trip. Dangerfield blows by Carrington, but too strong on the lay. Sun have numbers. Bonner establishes her footing. Takes a 3. Dewanna. The positive reinforcement is, look, we have 6 capable starters on our team, but once again, Stephanie White and company are challenged about how they subbed in this 4th quarter, especially with Jones in foul trouble. Right now on the bench, Bonner uses her length. Trouble.
I mean, she's such a big presence in the paint and can deter many shots. So you want her to stay out of foul trouble, and she has great touch around the rim as well.
Bonner connects from...
Good call there on the officials.
Thomas walks it up the floor for Connecticut. Sun shooting 50% from the field. Bonner, first puck.
Basketball, because the previous one had to be swapped out. It had some blood droplets on it. So for safety and security, a new basketball for Dewanna Bonner on offense, and it looks like the old one did.
That sort of encapsulates the season that has been for the LA Sparks. Last place in the league at 7-28. Eliminated from playoff contention. Bonner is fed off 1 foot. Dewanna.
Reiner's got the 12 points and 5 rebounds. She hasn't had a double-double in a minute. It's been a couple of months and only one on the season. She's got 65 career. Under a minute to go here before we hit the half. Bonner denied. Waiting for teammates wearing the Rebel jersey at the elbow. Taurasi short. Tried to come away with the rebound and rip it away from Carrington. Not quite strong enough. And here comes Connecticut. Bonner, triple. That's true.
Clark 0 for 6 against Bonner with her as the primary defender. First time this season she has guarded Caitlin Clark. A nice move from Stephanie White. Bonner gets fouled.
And believe that they can. And there's a takeaway. Jackie thought she got fouled. Instead, Bonner. Defense to offense. Connecticut all over the floor. Largest lead of the game for the Aces. Now up 10. Bonner with the back cut. How about an alley-oop from a